This video is going to take you through making the yellow body piece. So just like before, I'm going to turn off the yellow pin so that we have nothing there. Everything is labelled so far in your sketches and your bodies. Very important to do that. So the yellow body is slightly more complicated. There are many different ways to try and do this one, but I think I'm going to try and do it with the least number of sketches. So we're going to create a new sketch, and for this one I'm just going to click on the side face. As always, it doesn't really matter which face you start with, but I'm going to start by drawing the end elevation, or the side view. And the side view is a box 90mm by 90mm. Then it has another rectangle that cuts all the way through, and that rectangle is 52 high by 44 wide. And this is where it becomes a little bit problematic. You can see right now that just by chance I managed to get that exactly on the bottom there. Now, we could dimension this to make sure that it's the correct distance from the top, but for this one I'm just going to delete that and remember that I need to draw a little bit higher up. So we take the rectangle tool again, just a little bit higher up this time, and it's got to be 52 high and 44 wide. Then the distance from the side, we need to go to dimension this now, so create, dimension. So we want to dimension the hole in the middle from the edge of the box, and that is going to be 23mm. From the drawing we can also see that it's 12mm from the bottom, so we'll just add that dimension in now, and there we go. There is the little trapezium that's cut out of the top, so we need to now draw that. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer up here, and I'm going to press escape so that I've got the select option, and I'm just going to move that dimension out of the way. So now we need to draw some lines. So I'm going to take the line tool, and making sure that I'm not drawing in the middle, I'm going to draw a line, and I'm just going to draw the rough shape for this object. Now I can punch this number in here and say 30, and then bring that back up to there. So we've got the rough shape, we just need to dimension it now. So we need to dimension the tip of that line to the edge there, make that 32, and the tip of that line to that point there, make that 32 as well. However, that's not giving us the correct positioning. So we need to make sure that this line here to that line there is 30. This should fix everything. So look at that, zoom out, and just double check this dimension there. It must be 30, it can't be anything else, because 90 minus 30 minus 30 is 30. See, it tells us there. It's already got that dimension in there. So I'm just going to hit OK. Now we could have worked out the angles, but that works for now. So we're just going to finish that sketch, and we're going to create an extrusion. Now, something I forgot to do was add the dimensions. So anyway, the distance it needs to be extruded, we get that from the front view of the block, and that's 124. So we're just going to hit OK, and I need to name the body yellow block, and name the sketch yellow main. Okay, because we've got two more things to do. I'm just pinching on my screen to zoom out. From the end elevation, it says that there's a hole cut on this face here. So I'm just going to create a new sketch on that face, and I'm going to call that yellow side hole, not side, it's yellow face hole. And I'm going to take the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle. Any size, doesn't matter actually, but we might as well punch in the numbers if we've got them there. 40 by 44, sizes from the drawings. And we need to then dimension that from the side of the block to the edge of the body. That distance is 40. And from the bottom to the bottom of the body, it's 24. And now we're going to finish the sketch. And we just need to extrude that to cut it all the way through. So we create an extrusion, select the face and drag it all the way through. This is the point where Fusion has some quite nice features. If I rotate around and click on that back face, it will cut it all the way through to the back face. It's very handy because we're going to have to do that again on the top. But we're needing to cut a circular hole that just goes through this face. Doesn't cut through the bottom, just goes through the top. We can tell that from the working drawing by the hidden detail lines. So we create a new sketch, and we're going to call that sketch yellow top hole, and we want the circle. Now this is where we can use the midway point to help us out again. So as I'm running along that line, now you can't quite see that, but there's a line underneath here, which I'm going along there just now. So just be aware that that is what I'm traveling along. You can see it's snapped to that line. We're going to come along till we get the midpoint. See, we've got the midpoint there again, and we need the midpoint of the side. So we've got those 2 points recognized. So we just come along till we get both tracer points. That's us in the middle. And we need to make that dimension 20 millimeters. So now we finish the sketch and we extrude. Let's just take us back to the home view there. We extrude, we create an extrusion, cutting that through down to the other side here. And hit OK. And that's your yellow block.